Teams are looking for all the trophy. It doesn't matter. Even they can say no. Copa del Rey is not a big trophy. You know, it's always next to us. We don't look to it, but they won. They won the trophy in their stands.
And of course, they want to try and improve on what they did
today. And because
press, that's why the cup is important to Atletico Madrid, and in a way to Real Madrid as well. Is giving the opportunities to the likes of Oblak and Fernando.
Real Madrid is good. I think
Sergio Ramos skippers Real Madrid. Well, chomping at the bit to have his first words tonight, as excited as I am about this one. It's good evening.
The award ceremony for Real Madrid, and it was interesting watching the Atletico players warm up, giving out the awards to the Real Madrid.
Well, let's just put a stat out there. Atleti against Real Madrid. Of course, they went that 14 years without a win. Here's Griezmann. They've got him behind immediately here. It's Antoine Griezmann looking for Torres! The comeback kid! El Nino strikes for Atletico, and Diego Simeone inside the opening 60 seconds. And just look what it means to their fans, to the players, to the coach. Ancelotti is slumped back in his seat. 1-0 on the night, 3-0 Atleti on aggregate. What a start!
What an unbelievable start. Real Madrid was still handing out the honours. Well concentrated on the game. Griezmann gets away, good build-up play. One touch passing in midfield. Griezmann gets away from Pepe. I thought Griezmann was going to go for goal. I thought the cross was going to get cut out by Sergio Ramos. And I guess we're all assuming that we thought Fernando Torres might miss, but not in an Atletico Madrid shirt, not against Real Madrid. And he thumps it home past Keylor Navas. It's a wonderful finish from Torres. Didn't have time to think about it. An instinctive finish from Fernando Torres.
He was coolness personified there. Lazy waft to the left foot. Devastating. Here's Griezmann.
He's going to come into the box, and the Real Madrid players are attacking it in that fashion. Then fancy Godin and Co to defend that quite easily. Sometimes there might be a hint of a handball. So the Real Madrid players appealing. Torres thought it was going to be given.
Looks as though Griezmann will be okay to return shortly. Up in England. Away goals instantly. Got across to have a word with his assistant here, just to see whether there might be a yellow card for Torres.
He's a little bit late before Ronaldo swap sides.
Net for Ramos to find. Mario Suarez. There's been some talk about him leaving Atletico Madrid this month. Won't be short of suitors. Excellent. We've become accustomed to hints over the last. Well, I've not mentioned the. Torres.
Defenders on.
Here's Torres. Suarez. Space to turn here for Fernando Torres. His sights set. Closed down well by Godin. Torres just needs to do that. It's exactly what Simeone would have wanted there. See it through and regroup and get a much needed rest. They have to work hard here at Atletico Madrid after that dream start.
Two strikers are working so hard.
Atletico Madrid, Fernando Torres inside the opening minute. His first goal since his return for a second spell with his boyhood club. A few times for more goals. Thrilling second half in prospect. Copa del Rey, fifth round, second.
And it was the worst possible start for the Bernabeu. Since then, very much an uphill battle, but it's been very much.
One or two occasions they managed to work their way out of trouble.
Poor ball by Ramos, seized upon hungrily here by Griezmann. In goes Torres, and he can score here and has! A Would you believe it? He scored after 49 seconds of the first half, and he scored after 36 seconds, I made it, of the second half. Just when we were expecting Atletico Madrid to be facing wave after wave of Real Madrid attacks, they've mugged Ancelotti's team again, and they've stretched out into a 4-1 aggregate lead. And once again, Real Madrid need to find 4 goals. Unbelievable.
Just look how pleased they are for Fernando Torres. Of course they're pleased, delighted to get the early goal in the second half, takes the pressure off. Poor pass from Ramos, and again it's Griezmann working as a pair with Fernando Torres. But look at the difference in Fernando Torres. A little bit of confidence. He has the belief there to skip back past Pepe. Gets slightly lucky with a finish under Keylor Navas. But this is good confidence, great skill.
Around. He was not banking on that. Koke, lovely pass, and he's onside here. Torres, Raul Garcia on mark to his right, didn't see him. Still Torres. Griezmann! But Fernando Torres, so close to opening things out there for his hat-trick.
Raul Garcia probably was the better option. Torres tries to take them on, and eventually Griezmann does join up. Real Madrid looks as if they had the belief to come back from that first goal from Fernando Torres, but
time enough to get them. Here's the man who's got both for Atletico Madrid, Fernando Torres. Silly foul to give away from the point of view of Ramos.
It's an uncertain second half, hasn't he, Ramos? Gave the ball away for...
That's Fernando Torres who's coming off. Well, he'll be loving the jeers. The Atletico Madrid fans delighted with his contribution. Didn't do a lot else but stick the ball in the net twice, but you can't argue with that.
Get it's around the hour mark. He certainly had a huge impact in this game and the tie. Still work to do for Atletico Madrid. I can see the merits of Diego Simeone making that change. Griezmann can go and play as the